Alright, let me tell you about the creepiest night of my life. It all started when I moved to this quiet neighborhood called Maple Lane. It seemed like the perfect place, clean streets, friendly neighbors. But there was this one guy who gave off some serious weird vibes. First day, I'm unloading boxes, and this old man from across the street waddles over. He's all smiles, and I thought, hey, a nice neighbor, finally. But then he drops this line, "Welcome to the neighborhood. Just a little tip, stay inside after 3. I laughed nervously and asked, 3 in the afternoon? He shook his head and said, 3 in the morning. You'll thank me later. Then he turned and shuffled away without another word. I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, who says stuff like that? But I decided to let it go. That night, I stayed up late unpacking. It was around 2:30 a.m. when his words popped into my head again. Stay inside after 3. I thought, what's the harm in staying up to see? It was probably some weird joke, but I was curious. The clock hit 3 a.m., and at first, everything was normal. Dead quiet, like any other night. But at 3:03, I heard it, a whistle. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't random. It was slow, steady, deliberate. I paused for a second, trying to place the sound. It was coming from outside. I crept over to the window and peeked through the blinds. Nothing. Just the empty street and that eerie whistle. I figured maybe someone was out walking late, but as I strained my eyes, I saw no one. Just darkness. Then the whistle stopped. Dead silence. I was about to brush it off when I heard footsteps. They weren't fast, just these slow, deliberate steps coming up to my porch. My heart was racing. I stayed frozen, crouched by the window. The footsteps stopped, and then came 3 knocks on my door. Knock. 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 Not loud, not soft, just enough to send shivers down my spine. I whispered to myself, don't answer it. Don't even move. Then came a voice. It was low, raspy, almost mocking. It said, Nick, let me in. My blood ran cold. I never told anyone my name, not even the old neighbor. I grabbed my phone to call 911, but there was no signal. The knocks came again, more insistent this time. Knock. 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 The voice spoke again, you're making this harder, Nick. I backed away from the door, shaking, when I heard it again, the whistle. But this time, it wasn't outside. It was inside the house. I turned around so fast I almost fell, but there was nothing there. Just shadows. But I swear, I could feel something watching me. I bolted to my bedroom and locked the door. I shoved a chair under the handle and sat there, clutching my phone, hoping the nightmare would end. The whistling stopped, but then I heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate, coming closer to my room. I held my breath as the steps stopped right outside the door. Then came a scratch. 3 slow drags of nails on the wood. I don't know how, but I managed to sit there until the sun came up. When I finally got the courage to check the house, the front door was wide open. And on the porch? 3 deep scratches, like claws. I tried talking to the old neighbor about it the next day, but his house was empty. Like, completely empty. It was as if no one had lived there for years. I don't know what that thing was, and honestly, I don't want to know. But if you ever move to Maple Lane, take my advice, stay inside after 3. And whatever you do, don't open the door.